I even in a category? The time has come. Time has come. Get the bike up and running again. Finally. Finally. Time has come. Should have everything I need to put it back together. And start it up. I think it should work. Definitely try it. Heck, maybe even go for a little ride tonight. Although I did just see a terrible motorcycle accident earlier on the way home from the grocery store. I don't think the guy died or anything, but he's definitely hurt. So that was a little bit jarring, but I guess it happens. I didn't see whose fault it was. It might have been his fault. Well, I know, but hopefully he's all right. I've been lucky enough to avoid getting into a crash yet. But that could change. Anytime. Any day. Totally without my being at fault. Didn't log my work hours today, sadly. I'll probably have to do it this weekend. At least another 4 hours over the weekend, and I should be good. Gotten it close every month. Although I do have a credit card that I can tap into when needed. But I shouldn't be relying on that for rent. Definitely not. Definitely not. I hate having to pay bills. Wish I had no bills. Of course, if I had no bills, I would have no commodities, would I? Well, bought a cutting board today. Pretty small, but it was only like $6.50, so maybe I'll cut up the rest of my taco beef on that later. For now, I'm going to go down into the garage, probably with just beer. I didn't really eat much today. What did I eat? Cookie dough. It's literally the only thing I ate was cookie dough today. It's not good. Maybe it is good. Probably like 40 pounds overweight right now. Then it's not good because it's cookie dough. Maybe I had an applesauce as well. Some gummy snacks. Well, is there anything I can just put in my belly quickly? Something to... Picked up some bacon, some more milk. I'll just drink a glass of milk real quick. I can microwave a corn dog. These things are kind of gross, though. Got some mini pancakes. Yeah, I'll just have a glass of milk. And some more beer. I need to do another fast. Last time I fasted, I lost like 30 pounds. But then I just gained it all back. And then some. It should be like 190. I weigh like 235. Okay. Here's the plan. Gonna go down to the garage. I already did my front brakes. I did my rear brakes. I repacked the muffler. The muffler is on the bike. I got got this piece mailed from Florida. That's for the other bracket for the tailpipe. Not really necessary, but I might try to use it to reinforce the tailpipe. Rotor bolt. New rotor bolt. This was the last piece that I needed. I went for a bike ride today. Went to AutoZone and I got some coolant and I got some oil. Should be plenty. So, good on that front. The battery has been charging with my battery tender. That should be all charged up. I have a big container of gasoline down there, so that should still be good. That's only like 2 months old, maybe. I don't think it will have gone bad by now. What else? So, right, just need to put the balancer back together correctly, which is pretty involved. There's a lot of parts and shit. You put the tensioner back on. The crank, I think that thing is actually called the crankcase because that's where the starter motor sort of like turns the engine over. So there's a lot of gears and stuff involved that need to fit back in there perfectly. Just 2 sets of them really, and then the tensioner sprocket. And everything's lined up again. I have a new tensioner spring on the doohickey. And I just need to put the gaskets on the 2 surfaces that I need to go on and bolt a bunch of stuff back on, and might need to use a little bit of some liquid gasket, which I don't know if I have anymore. This one particular section. I'm not really worried about leaking a little bit of oil here and there from that section of the bike. I realized that really the most important gasket in the bike is the one that goes between the 2 sections that the cylinder is made up of, because there's coolant running through channels, all through those channels, and if you don't have a good seal with your gasket at that connection point between those two metal surfaces, well, the coolant from the channels sprays in because it's pressurized to your combustion chamber on top of your piston within the cylinder, and, well, your spark plug gets all wet and your engine doesn't work. But this part of the engine, it's just oil, so it might leak a little bit of oil if it's not perfect, which is not that big a deal. Anyway, we get that all put back together with the balancers working, and after that, just gotta put the gas tank back on. Radiator, I gotta put the radiator back on, so I took that off. Wasn't really necessary, but gonna put that back on. Fill that up with coolant. Reservoir still has some coolant in there. Hopefully it's not a different color than the one that I purchased. It doesn't matter, probably. Put the correct amount of oil in there. Bought myself a funnel. So that should be... Really, I need the funnel for the coolant. What else? Everything back together. Hook up the battery. Gasoline. And the gasoline tank. Put the gasoline tank back on the bike. Radiator hooked up. Filled with coolant. Put oil in the bike. Don't want to forget that. Not going to worry about the skid plate for now. And yes, then we will see if I fixed the balancer issue, which I don't see why I wouldn't have. And if I did, well, that's fantastic. However, a little bit worried because last time I tried to start the bike, even though the balancer was all fucked up, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't turn over. So I might actually want to check the spark plug before I put the gas tank back on. I'm glad I thought of that. Spark plug can really be a good indicator of whatever might be preventing your bike from starting a lot of times. So I'll try to remember to do that, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't start. I don't know why it didn't want to start previously. So hopefully nothing's too fucked up. There's a good chance something did get fucked up because I was riding around with the balancer totally out of whack, which meant it was vibrating like crazy. And when you vibrate a motorcycle like that, I would imagine that shit can vibrate loose. Which would not be good, especially inside the engine. Well, all right, enough procrastinating. Got my stream going. screen going. Not looking at the chat because why would I? Nobody's chatting, first of all, and second of all, I don't want to be distracted. If it was during the day, I'd probably turn on my TTS, but no one I know is going to be awake. Except maybe my brother. He can just text me. All right. I think I might have a little shot of whiskey. Just look at this shit. Canadian Mist. I'm super excited to get this bike back together. Again, even though I saw that terrible motorcycle accident just a few hours ago, right in front of me. Guy got hit so fucking hard, his bike was totaled. The crazy thing is people weren't stopping oncoming traffic, and I was trying to slow them down. It's like, hey, slow down. But I guess I wasn't frantic enough. They were probably just like, who's this homeless guy on a bicycle waving at us? Let's drive past him quicker. I don't think he got hurt, though, by anybody that didn't see him. But his bike got ran into, like, twice. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Nobody sees this? Nobody sees somebody stopped in the road? It's like they don't look more than 10 feet in front of them. Going like 50 and a 35 in the dark. Shit is crazy. I think he was alright, though. It's just, I can't believe that another car drove into his motorcycle. His wrecked motorcycle. They just drove right into it. On a neighborhood street, essentially. Like 100 yards from an intersection. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Just riding along, on my way home, about to cross the street, back into my apartment complex, like I've done several times. And then I just see the guy get fucking hit. Started standing up. So I guess he wasn't dead, but he probably broke something. Then I called 911. Told him that there was an accident. Rode my bicycle up the street a little bit. Started trying to slow down oncoming traffic, but like I said, they just fucking ignored me. And these guys from across the street ran over. Were checking on him. Obviously bikers as well. And then some nurse, once we got the traffic to stop, this nurse got out of her car and it's like, I'm a nurse. And ran toward him. I've seen too many car accidents in my time, like, occur in front of me. You don't really know what to do. Like, I didn't expect everyone to keep driving at him like that. I should have done better at slowing them down. Thrown my bicycle at him. The street's so dark there. There's no street lights. If I ever get hit and I go down on the street, I need to, like, crawl my ass off the street if it's dark out. Not just lay by the motorcycle. And then the person that hit him just stayed in their car. Didn't even get out. It's probably some woman. She was in a big black SUV. Just scared, didn't know what to do. Called OnStar. I'm not a misogynist, but I feel like most women don't even enjoy driving. They just do it because they're obligated to. They just kind of like resent that they even have to drive. Because it is dangerous and it's like, you know, stressful. Transportation system is insane. But everything will be self-driving probably pretty soon. And there'll be tunnels everywhere. So maybe all the commercial traffic will just go underground. That's what I hope anyway. Send all the semis underground. Fuck them. They don't need to have a good view. Those are going to be self-driving for sure. Robots don't need to take breaks or sleep. Okay. Got my beer. Do I want another beer? Just in case. I think so. Got my 2 beers. Got my bandana. Got my speaker. What's this? Little speaker? This thing is Shia LaBeouf when I say talk about a Bluetooth speaker. He will not divide us. That was so funny. That whole thing. I like Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it. Do it. Do what? Stop screaming at us. Okay. Down to the garage we go. Last night I had to do some loud banging on, don't want to forget the keys. I think I need my manual, which should still be down there, I think. Probably. Yes. Okay. Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. Oh my God, I can't wait to get this bike working. It's gonna be like heroin to a heroin addict. Sneak into the garage here. door so no one surprises me. We can crack this a little bit. Get some airflow. Bada boom. Big bada boom. That's a good enough angle. Yes, sirree. Tonight's the night that we get Kawasaki running again. My baby. My sweet, sweet, sweet little baby. I like to kind of empty my pockets. Got all our stuff. Maybe get a trash can for this garage. Got our coolant, got our oil. It's all the packing I took out of the... It's on there good. All right, so let's get right into it. Some music going. Some of my favorite songs that I listen to. How many songs do I have on here? It says 34 hours, 54 minutes worth. That's a lot. Just keep adding them. It's a good one. All right. Turn this light on. Oh, you know what I didn't bring down was my headlamp. That's okay. Get my beers out of here. Arrange them around the work area. By the end of this stream, this bike is going to be reassembled and running. If I'm lucky. Put some gloves on. It's not even that hot out. I don't know if I need the fan. Oktoberfest. The fuck? Why is that pausing? Minus sign the same as the pause sign. Oh. Alright. So we want to go to correct section here, which I believe is the crank box. Chapter 5. Engine lower end. I'm going to follow the instructions for reassembly. Alright. I just need to know where I'm at in the process here. I'm sure how you always do for me. Sorry if that was loud. So there's where he takes it off. Inspection. I didn't really inspect shit. During inspection, I didn't pull the shafts out. With the wink of your eyes, talking about those crazy days gone by. No one talks about that times you cry. A little dreamer. A little. Wish I could actually sing. Maybe I'll go to the School of Rock down the street, sign up for adult classes. It'd be fun. I know I can hype up a fucking band. Just purely by being so into the music. The idea of doing that professionally, though, seems like hell. All those guys seem so miserable. They're either drug addicted or they can't do any drugs or drink at all or anything because they're recovering addicts. Another little dreamer. You were a little dreamer. Oh, yeah. Little dreamer. Down, little dreamer. I read some tweet sometime. Somebody was saying how singing and dancing and all that stuff was like a thing everybody used to do that. It's like part of being human. Which makes sense. It feels good to do it. Whereas in our society, it's like, you know, it's a thing that you do like full time or part time. Practice at it. It's not really in our culture to. It's not in our culture to be well-rounded human beings. We're all specialists. So I think I needed to be. Right crankcase cover. I thought it was chapter 9. There's the balance or injure lower end is not the chapter where it talks about messing with the crankcase. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I guess it talks about it here. Yeah. No, this is the right chapter. Fuck. Remove the left crankcase cover. Alright, I'm not going to worry about inspecting anything. I just need to put it back together correctly. So, usually it says, reverse these steps to put it back together, dumbass. So, remove the alternator cover, chapter 9. Right, chapter 9 talks about removing the alternator cover. Okay, yeah, this is the chapter that talks about remove the alternator cover, as described in this chapter. Remove the starter gears, as follows. Remove the outer washer, figure 16A. Okay, so this is what I need to see here. Remove the starter gears. Remove the rotor bolts. Have to do that back. Hold the rotor stationary. Reverse this procedure to install the rotor/starter clutch assembly and the starter gears. Note the following. Install a new rotor bolt. Tighten the rotor bolt to 20 Newton meters, 15 foot-pounds, to seat the rotor. Then loosen the bolt and remove it. Clean and dry the threads of the rotor bolt. Install and tighten the rotor bolt to 195 Newton meters, equal to 144 foot-pounds. Lubricate the starter clutch gear bearing, starter gear shafts, and bores with molybdensulfide grease, which I don't have, fuck. Lubricate all other parts with engine oil. Install the alternator cover as described in this chapter. Starter gear bearing, starter gear shafts, and bores. I bought some of that stuff, but I didn't bring it with me. I don't think. It's still in my dad's garage. It's okay. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything too crazily. Inspect the clutch. Lubricate the starter clutch, gear bearing, starter gear shafts, and bores. Alright, so we really just need to make sure. Remove the starter gears, outer washer, idle gear shaft, bearings, inner washer, starter gear and washers. Remove the rotor bolt. The rotor holder tool, which I have, may be used to hold the rotor because of the force required to loosen and tighten the rotor bolt. Brace the holder handle to prevent holder rotation. Hold the rotor stationary with the rotor holder. Remove the rotor bolt. Loosen the rotor and starter clutch as follows. To aid in removal, spray penetrating lubricant into the rotor bore and woodruff key area. I don't have any of that. Thread the puller into the crankshaft and hold the rotor stationary with the rotor holder tool. So, what they're talking about is this thing right here, which I don't think I'll need because I already used it. I don't need that to put it back on. It's alright. Take anything you want from me. Anything. Fly on, little Wayne. Install and tighten the rotor bolt to 195. Lubricate the starter clutch and gear bearing. Install the alternator cover as described in this chapter. Alright, so they don't talk about the chain tensioner, which I think is the first thing I need to put back on. So we can come back to chapter 9 to look at that if we need to. Might just need to look at the... Wait a minute. Where's the exploded diagram? That's what's going to be important here. Okay. So yeah, this is what I really just need to look at here. Because this is going to tell me what washers and shit I need to make sure. No, that's wrong. This is only going to show me that I need to put the circlips back on the balancer shafts, which I have right here. So that'll be good. And this shows an exploded diagram of the chain tensioner sprocket, which is right here. With a bunch of random bolts and shit. So I have this. It's mostly still together. I got my doohickey. Wait a minute. That's not in there. That's still stuck in here. Alright? Yeah, it's right there. So, but I need to put that back in there first. And then, yeah, so this is all kind of in one piece still. this thing right here. However, where the shit is? Okay, there's the Woodruff key. Where's that very important multifaceted? Here it is. This part right here is. This goes with the tensioner. And it's got some pieces to it. What the fuck is it? There's the gaskets. I don't want to mess those up. It's a little bit worrisome. Man. This has got several pieces involved. What the fuck? Including a circlip. But I never took that off. Okay. So that's good. There's the washer that goes on the other side of that. So, objective number 1. Get the tensioner sprocket back inside the bike. So, where does it talk about the tensioner sprocket? That's the question. Here we got some information. 13. Tensioner sprocket. Tensioner assembly. Figure 22. Bunch of stuff there. I didn't take it that much apart. Rock man. All right. So, let's get the tensioner back on there. Shouldn't be that complicated. Got everything we need right here. Let's move over there with this chair. Got our manual. Chair and the manual. Right now. Come on. Right now. Alright, so here's the smaller washer. That goes on. It's not very clear here what side. Which side this goes. Is it the fat side or is it the skinny side? Any details on it? Okay, here's a good picture. So, thing needs to go through there. This whole assembly. There's a big piece like this right here. Goes inside of there. This goes through here like this. Right? So it looks like the fatter side is actually over here. Yeah. And that goes through like this. Yeah. Just like that. That works. It's not very clear. Maybe it says somewhere when you're taking it out. This should just go in there like that. I mean, this looks a little weird. Like, why is that? It's supposed to be like that? Expect tension. The shaft, similar tension shaft bearing sprocket. The lever should fit flat and firmly to the shaft. The shaft should rotate freely and smoothly when the lever is operated. The sprocket should spin freely and smoothly in the shaft. Inspect the spring lever, figure 25. So the only thing I really need to know is this thing on backwards or not at this point? Because this diagram does not really show. I mean, I guess it kind of shows one side being different. Like, is that what I'm supposed to? Is that what I'm supposed to see? It's difficult to tell. I mean, it kind of looks like I got it right. $23. Sprocket teeth and rubber mounting should be good. Alright, that's a pretty clear picture. I think I got it right. Okay. So, just put it back in here, I guess. Put it on the teeth. Like this. Get on there. Oh. That washer didn't fall out, did it? Did it? Wait a minute. Oh, fuck me. Now it fell out. I had it in there. It fell out and it went down in this little crevice. You need the magnet piece, the magnet fucking thing to get. Warns you about that when you're taking it off. Ugh. So where's my magnet grabber? Very important tool. The mechanic's toolkit. See that? So Dropped it. I'll watch it this time carefully. So I don't want that. Maybe if I pull this out. Oh no, that's not a good idea. I think I had it before and I just fucked it. Get in there. Okay. We're good. Good. Alright. Ouch. Alright, so that's in there. But now, we got this piece. Now this piece has multiple things involved with it. And, actually, I think this, okay, this goes in here right here. Right there, right? Like this? No, like this. Right? Or what? Maybe like that. Need a picture. Yeah, that's probably right. Or like this. That. No. This is definitely missing some pieces. There's a washer I should have. Grab the other thing. Why is the screen staying on? I don't think I put that on yet. Or this. I don't think. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Well, I made the big time at last. Don't you know? Shooting star. Okay, so one thing I have to kind of be careful of here. Is that I gotta put the new circlips in there, and I gotta be careful because I don't want to have to take these off again because they're like a one-time use kind of thing. So. I got my tweezers, various sizes. I'm actually going to grab this thing here. Get everything we need here. Alright, so yeah, this thing actually goes on before I complete the tensioner bolt adjustments. No! Whoops, just pulled that out. Stay where you are, washer. Don't fall. Back in there. Back in there. No. No. Ah. Shit. Come on. Down in there. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I think okay, chain guard. Replacement chain guard. We got it right here. Size 10, I think, 10 millimeter. So here's the placement chain guard I got off eBay. Chain guide or whatever they call it. So this can go in here now, I think. Mine was actually broken in multiple spots. So let me look at the diagram, see where this goes, how it's supposed to go in. Right, okay. It'd be nice to know what happened to the big chunk of chain guard that went missing. I guess it just got eaten up. Okay, so this can go in here. It needs to go underneath the chain. Kind of. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem. Order of operations issue, I hope not. I mean, I guess I can still remove that. Not really a huge deal. So that's, yeah, it's like slide in. Come on now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get in here. Kind of hard. Fuck. It's supposed to go in here like this. But it's kind of tough. Squeeze it in there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Slid right in. I gotta get this thing registered, which sucks. And I gotta check if my insurance is good in Texas, which I just paid for a whole year, so that would suck if it wasn't. I paid like $400 or something. $450, I forget. Progressive. Cover this thing for a year. It's insured against total loss. So if it gets stolen, supposedly we'll get paid. These things are easy to steal. Chain guard's on. Now, at this point, tension sprocket's back in there. At this point, I think I need to put my circlips back on the balancer shafts. I think. And then after that, I put the alternator cover, or whatever this is called, back in between here and the alternator, I think. I put my tensioner bolt thing, I hooked that back up with the spring, with the doohickey, and then I freeze the doohickey in place with this thing, essentially. Although, wait a minute. How does this go in there? Yeah. I just don't want to, like, mess up the steps here. That's why I'm being so cautious. And no matter how cautious I am, I'll still fuck it up. That's the sad part. Nine times out of 10. Alright, let's inspect the spring lever, spring B, and shaft lever C for the following specific damage. Inspect the weld on the shaft lever for breakage. Inspect the spring hole, D, figure 25 in the spring lever. The hole should be smooth, with no sharp edges that could damage the spring ends. Looks good to me. Inspect the spring ends and coils for damage. I have a higher quality spring now. I hope hope everything's still aligned correctly. Balancer. Looks like it is. Looks like we're good. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good, baby. We are good. Spark a tooth mark behind the cylinders. Okay. Look back on the crazy fashion like some kind of Wait, does this go somewhere? Did I fuck that up? I think I may have. Oh no, that's still there. There's a big old washer that goes in there. That I may have fucked up. I think I did. I fucked it up. Let's see if I can keep that in one spot. This goes on here. Boom. See, I'm glad I didn't mess that up. There we go. What is this piece? 14. Plug? The fuck? Oh yeah, I don't have that anymore. Sadly. Maybe I can replace it. Madness. You're always like bad medicine. Whoa, check it out. That washer's not going to just slide out, is it? I hope not. Nah. Of course not. It's still right there, right where it should be. What is that little washer? Fuck. Is it this one? No. 16. O-ring. What O-ring? There's an O-ring right here. Is that what you're talking about? Doesn't even look the same in the diagram. I think that's okay. So now, when I put this thing back together, this actually, the thing goes through there, the doohickey goes on top, and this thing screws through the doohickey, comes out through that hole. Okay. I think we're coming down the home stretch here. I don't need to put the rotor and shit on first, do I? Let's check chapter 9. Bad medicine is what I need. Get up just like bad medicine. Bad medicine. Yeah, that goes on, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that goes on after I put this back on there. Fuck. These starter rotors, one goes right here. The other one, where does the other one go? Somewhere. I need to put it somewhere. Oh, I see. It goes boop, boop, and then. Okay, so I need to put the rotor back on first. You know what? There's a YouTube video where they go over how to do this whole upgrade, which I might want to watch at this point. I think I will. I really don't want to fuck this up. I got plenty of time. I don't need to rush. If I fuck it up, I'm going to have to order more shit. Wait longer. And that's not something I want to do. So, I'm going to go on YouTube, look up a video I know is good. KLR 650 doohickey upgrade. Not foohickey, doohickey. Doohickey mod. Is it Rocky Mountain ATV? Was that the one I was watching? Probably. I love those guys.
Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV and Steve.
These guys are my boys.
I'm going to show you how to install a doohickey. Yes, that's really what it's called. Put a torsion spring from Eagle Manufacturing on your KLR 650. So what is a doohickey? The doohickey adjusts the chain tension on your counterbalancer. Now, there are a lot of people out there that say you don't really need to do this upgrade, especially on the Gen 2 bikes, but I've done enough replacements on these that simply isn't true, even on bikes that have as little as 1,000 miles.
The spring breaks.
So this piece right here is the doohickey.
That's what happened on mine.
This piece right here is from Kawasaki. This is a Gen 2 lever. And the difference between this and a Gen 1 is the Gen 1 was a two-piece design that had a weld right here. It was really thin, and that weld would break.
Oh, wow.
Now, the thing that the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 do have in common are these springs. They'll either lose tension over time or they'll eventually break.
That's what happened to me.
Your counterbalancer will get out of time, and any of the broken parts can eventually lead to a catastrophic engine failure. So the doohickey does come with these upgraded
catastrophic
springs, but we opted to go with the torsion spring. Comes with this drill bit too, and the reason we're using this is that it puts direct tension on the doohickey.
I don't think I had any catastrophic failure, but
and we'll show you more about that when we're actually doing the process. Now the Eagle Manufacturing torsion spring only works with the Eagle Manufacturing doohickey. It won't work with the stock adjuster. So if you do have a KLR, the doohickey
Eagle Manufacturing, woo!
Must-have upgrade, and
Eagle
we'll
Mike.
show you how to get those put on. To do this job, we have our Tusk oil change kit. This kit comes with your choice of oil, a crush washer, and oil filter. We're also going to install the Tusk low-profile drain plug, because these bikes do have a tendency to have issues.
God, these guys are so good.
Just because they hang down pretty far, so this will eliminate that problem.
Probably Old Mormon.
We have the doohickey kit. This comes with two different springs. This piece right here. We also have the torsion spring. And of course, your two left side engine cover gaskets. You're gonna need some common hand tools, a gasket scraper, rotor holder, flywheel puller. We've got some safety wire and a Sharpie. You also need some rags, safety glasses, a drain pan. We have our drill since we're installing torsion spring. And if you don't have any of these specialty tools,
it's already done. It's already done for me.
Find them on our website by clicking the link down in the description below. Next, we remove the skid plate. Now, the removal will be a little bit different on the Gen 1 models, but it's the same idea. Now, I do want to point out, if you don't want to change your oil at the same time, you can lean the bike over to the right side and do this process. But if you're going to do the process with the bike on the stand, you will need to drain the oil out. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll clean the sealing surface, and when we reinstall the drain plug, we're actually using a Tusk.
I just want to watch them to go through this whole video.
Washer. And
just
for
as a
Gen
sort
1
of
bikes, you're going to torque this to 17 foot-pounds.
Break.
Gen 2 is going to be 21 foot-pounds. We went ahead, threw our bike up on the stand. Now
get my head in the right space.
Shift lever.
I didn't remove my shift lever because
there actually are a couple
not necessary.
of that show our alignment on it. But if you can't see them very good, you can take your Sharpie.
I didn't
make a line where that split is in the back.
Remove my radiator.
Now we'll loosen the bolt and remove it, and remove the shift lever. Next, we'll remove the sprocket cover.
Did that.
Now we can disconnect this neutral sensor wire.
Did that.
So we'll pull that off, and then we'll just kind of feed these wires from our stator. We'll pull those out of the way. Now we can remove the stator cover bolts.
So many memories on this bike. Been through so much shit. I'm glad I never wrecked it.
So now we're going to remove this stator cover, but
on some close calls, damn sure. Tried a compilation of all the close calls I've had.
I'm just going to run it up here by the frame, And this is going to hang our stator cover because we're not going to undo the wire clear up top. And when you pull this off, it is magnetized, so just be kind of careful with it.
It's magnetized, all right. That's for sure.
So to hang this up, I'm just going to rest this cover.
I just used a bungee cord for mine.
And then I'll take our wire.
Worked just as good.
We'll just twist it up a couple times just so this thing isn't going to go anywhere. And now we have access to this rotor right here. Now a couple things I want to point out is that we have our dowel pins in our stator cover, and you want to make sure yours are there too. You don't want to lose those. Now we'll go ahead and we'll pull this gasket off.
Don't worry about that.
We'll try to pull it off in one piece, so we have to do as little cleaning as possible.
Of course.
Now we have these gears for the starter.
All right, so the starter gears.
So I'm going to
2 of them.
take these out together, but when you do this, you've got several loose pieces here. You've got some washers on the ends.
Lots of loose
pieces. These
pieces.
washers can stick to that cover, so you want to watch out for those. And then on this back side, you've got washers on both sides, and then this pin actually slides. Now we're ready to remove the rotor cover bolt. This is going to be really tight. The spec from factory on this bike is 144 foot-pounds. So to help us out, I'm actually going to take this breaker bar and I'm going to stick it through that frame mount right there.
Did that.
We'll take our rotor holder.
Just watching you go through the whole process.
Rotor holder sit against this breaker bar to help me hold this from moving.
Because I want to...
Well, I break the nut loose.
Just kind of get my mind in the right spot so I don't fuck anything up. So he pulls out the old rotor bolt.
After that, I'm going to take a little bit of oil and I'll apply it to the threads on this rotor bolt.
Could be riding this baby tonight.
I'm going to screw this into place and then we'll use the rotor holder again.
I shouldn't since I've been drinking. But
this is going to pull the rotor off, and when this finally frees up, it's going to pop. So this one actually wasn't on there that tight. Sometimes it will pop. This one actually didn't. But that's all right. It's coming off.
Excited to hear what it sounds like with the repacked muffler. It's been a while since I used that one.
So on this, you want to keep track of the Woodruff key right here.
Woodruff.
We're going to remove that. Then we'll remove this washer and the bigger gear.
All right, so yeah, the rotor goes on.
That tight, the rotor holder again.
That big gear.
This is going to pull the rotor off, and when this
he removes the rotor.
Sit against this
big ass rotor bolt. He removes it.
The spec from factory on this bike is
144 foot-pounds.
So to help us out, I'm actually going to take this breaker bar.
And he removes it from
stick it to that frame mount right there.
Essentially,
take our rotor holder.
That shaft right here. This thing right here, so it goes right in there. Big This is actually where the engine charges the battery. Stator is right there. And that rotor spins around, I guess, and sort of creates a charge.
After that, I'm going to take a little bit of oil.
Which is sick, by the way.
Apply it to the threads on this rotor bolt.
The way that works.
You're going to screw this into place, and then we'll use the rotor holder again.
It's really a beautiful
this
system.
Is going to pull the rotor off.
All you need to do is add gas.
When it up, it's going to pop. So this one actually wasn't on there that tight. Sometimes it will pop. This one actually didn't. But that's all right. It's coming off.
Fuel. Combustion fuel.
So on this, you want to keep track of the Woodruff key right here. So we're going to remove that. Then we'll remove this washer and the bigger gear.
All right, so there's a washer and a big gear.
All right, the next thing we'll do is...
After you pull the bolt out.
But that's all right, it's coming. And when this finally frees up, it's going to...
So you pulled the bolt out. I don't know, was there a washer there?
And I'll...
Yeah, you just pulled that out. Nothing there except the bolt.
After that, I'm going to take a little bit of oil and I'll apply it to the threads on this rotor bolt. I'm going to screw this into place, and then we'll use the rotor holder again, and this is going to pull the rotor off, and when this finally frees up, it's going to pop. So this one actually wasn't on there that tight. Sometimes it will pop. This one actually didn't. But that's all right, it's coming off. So on this, you want to keep track of the Woodruff key right here.
Yep.
We're going to remove that. Then we'll remove this washer and the bigger gear.
So I need to do this in reverse, essentially.
All right, the next thing we'll do is
There's a washer
pull
there.
these two washers off.
2 washers.
These are the thicker washers. We'll set all this stuff in order.
Basically where I'm at
And then what we need to
almost.
do, this stock tensioner arm, we're going to remove this bolt.
He doesn't go as deep
Keep
as
in
I...
mind, the second generation should have a washer behind this right here.
Or does
But
he?
If it's the older style, it might
think
not
he
have
does.
a washer. So keep track of that.
Yeah, he needs to take...
Don't drop it down into
Yeah,
the
he needs
bottom.
to take the
If you
inner...
do, you can use a magnet to get it out.
Whatever you call it.
Now we'll remove the stock adjusting arm. After that, we've got this inner cover that we need to remove. So we'll remove all the
The
outer
inner
bolts.
cover.
You do have a bolt right here. This one's going to be a little bit shorter. And then also this shaft, you want to make sure it doesn't
Hopefully
come
I still
out
have
with
those
the cover. You want to put a finger on that while
separated.
you're pulling the cover off. So I'm going to get this one out of our way very first.
So this is about where I'm at. He took off the starter gears. I need to put this thing back on. Is where I'm at with the gasket. And I need to make sure my circlips are on
And
the
again,
balancer
on this one, you want
shafts.
to locate the dowel pins. Make sure you don't lose them.
Don't want to forget that.
We'll go ahead and remove this gasket. With the cover off, we can now remove the spring for our tensioner. This one luckily hasn't broken yet, but again,
Yeah.
we're trying to prevent any future damage from happening. So next, I want to clean up all this
All right,
gasket
I guess I'll see when he
material
puts it back together how.
from the engine case.
No,
So
I
to
actually do it.
I'm going to remove this dowel pin down here. And then I'm going to cover up all these engine components so I don't get any material on them. So I'm just going to stuff a rag over them.
Gives a shit.
And I've got this Tusk gasket scraper. Just scrape this material away and be careful not to damage
Okay.
the aluminum surface.
I think my
Now I'm going to
surface
go
is
ahead and
all
do the
pretty
same
much
thing
good.
to the other covers.
I think I already did that. Well, no, I didn't. I need to redo this, actually.
These two smaller springs, these are the ones that come with the doohickey. So let me get that out of our way, the stock one. Now, Eagle Manufacturing recommends installing this longer spring first, or checking it first for the right fitment. And there's no exact number for this, but you want about 8 to 10 millimeters of stretch before it hooks onto this post right here. So if you're not running the torsion style setup, then this is probably the spring we'd be running. But if this was really close to that tab right there, we can go with the even shorter spring. But since we are using the torsion spring, we won't be reusing any of these springs right here. This is just going to act as a spacer now. So we'll go ahead and show you how to get that torsion spring installed onto the case. Like we mentioned earlier, we are going to use the torsion spring on this. So to do that, we're actually going to have to drill a hole in this inner case cover. So we'll center this torsion spring up. There's a tab right here on the bottom. We need to put that between 5 and 5/30. So we'll center the round part on this hole right here and then mark where it needs to go. And I'm going to take a centering punch.
I already did this. Installed the torsion spring on the
Double check I'm in the right
alternator
spot.
inner
And
cover
I'll take
thing.
the drill bit that came with our kit. Now that we have the hole drilled, we'll spray a little bit of contact cleaner on there and clean these metal shavings off. So now we'll take the tab on our torsion spring and we'll line this up with our hole, press it down into place. All right, now that we have our torsion spring installed on the inner case cover, we're ready to put it on. But I do want to mention, if your stock spring broke right here, you want to check the timing for your balancer, and you can just reference your service manual for that.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So
Well, thank
we'll
you
go
for
ahead
saying that.
And put our dowel pins in place.
I didn't listen to that at all.
Install our new gasket. And before I slide this cover into place, I want to put a little bit
I wish you
of
would
grease
have emphasized
on the
that.
starter motor O-ring right here. Help it slide into place a little easier.
All right, so at this point, this is where I'm at right here.
So you're stuck.
So he doesn't have any spring attached to the torsion or
Now I'll
sprocket.
take the tab on the torsion spring.
The stir clips are on the balancer shaft.
Press it down into place.
Ends.
All right, now that we have our torsion spring installed,
Keeping
on
the
the
sprockets
cover,
on.
we're ready to put it on. But I do want to mention, if your stock spring broke right here, you want to check the timing for your balancer, and you can just reference your service manual for that. So we'll go ahead and put our dowel pins in place and install our new gasket.
I didn't do that.
And before I slide this cover into place,
First
I want to
time.
put a little bit of grease on the starter motor O-ring right here. Help it slide into place a little easier.
Okay, so you put the gasket on there, over the dowels and everything.
Next, we'll install all of the bolts. And we'll tighten these bolts down to 78 inch-pounds in a crisscross pattern.
Of course, 78 inch-pounds, because I totally have a...
Next, I'll put the doohickey into place.
Okay, so the doohickey.
Next, we'll install this adjusting bolt.
All right.
If your machine didn't have the washer, you'll put the one that came in the kit. If it did have the washer,
Yeah.
just reuse the one you had.
So he puts the doohickey back on,
What we'll do,
and
we're
it's
gonna
flat,
push
flush.
the doohickey all the way towards the front of the engine, as tight as we can, just with our finger right there.
And tighten it.
We'll tighten it down. Now we'll hook the end of the torsion spring onto the end of the doohickey.
Oh, this is a real pain in the butt. Man, I'm not looking forward to doing this again. Maybe I should, I actually have a second torsion spring here. Came with the gaskets.
I'm just going to loosen this adjuster bolt a half or one turn, and we're going to tighten that down and we'll put the last cover on. After that, what we can do, making sure we have a little bit of oil on these fresh parts, we'll install these two big washers.
Two big washers.
And we'll take our starter gear, put a little bit of oil on this bushing. We'll slide this into place, and then we'll take our washer,
Another washer. 3 washers
put
total.
this thin washer into place, and now we can take our woodruff key and put it into place. Now, as you saw before, this woodruff key would come out of here pretty easily, so we're just putting a punch mark in the side to hold the woodruff key in tighter, and if it doesn't go in really easy,
Okay.
right away you can tap on the top to get it the rest of the way down in.
Tap, tap, temporary.
Now keep in mind, it is important to have oil on this one-way clutch right here and the starter gear, but we also need to make sure there's no oil on the taper on either the rotor or on the end of the crankshaft.
What?
So to clean the tapers, I'll use a clean drag and some contact cleaner.
What? What?
All right, now to install this rotor, we'll align this groove with the gear in the side, hold the woodruff key in tighter, and if it doesn't go in
I didn't
really easy,
consider that at all.
right away you can
First time I
tap
put
on
this
the
back
top
together.
to get it the rest of the way down.
This guy really understates important shit.
Now keep in mind, it is important to have oil on this one-way clutch right here and the starter gear,
Okay.
but we also need to make sure there's no oil on the taper on either the rotor or on the end of the crankshaft. So to clean the
Okay.
tapers, I'll use a clean drag and some contact cleaner.
I think I get it.
All right, now to install this rotor, we'll align this groove with the woodruff key, and we're going to turn the starter gear clockwise, and this should help everything slide into place. All right, now we can use our new rotor bolt, and we'll put that into place. We're going to do several different steps while we install this. We're first going to torque this to 15 foot-pounds. We'll take it out, clean everything off, and then we're going to torque it to 85, make sure this
Right.
starter gear rotates
15, then to 85.
so that we don't have any issues. issues, and if it does, we'll go ahead and do the final torquing of 144 foot-pounds.
$144.
We had some oil on our bolt when we pulled it out, and we'll clean it off with some contact cleaner. At this point, we'll do the same trick with our pry bar.
Use the pry bar again.
Right, Dave? If it doesn't turn freely, you want to take. At this point, we'll do the same trick with our pry bar.
85 foot-pounds. 15 and 85.
All right, we're at 85 foot-pounds, right, Dave? If it doesn't turn freely, you want to take your rotor back off and inspect for the reason this is binding up. Now that everything checks out okay, we'll go ahead and do the final torquing on this bolt.
Oh, okay. 144. So 15, pulls it out. 85, checks that it can spin.
All right, we're going to make sure all these parts are lubricated. When we go back together with them.
No, he's got these starter
Put
gears.
a little bit of grease on the ends of these shafts.
He's using grease.
Needle bearings.
Sticking both together. Same time. Pushing them in. All assembled.
Next, we'll reinstall the dowel pins and new gasket.
Dowels and new gasket. He didn't put any oil on the gaskets, which is interesting. I guess it's not that necessary.
I am going to take a little bit of gasket sealer and...
Phone's running out of battery. Power bank time.
Just a little bit right there. We'll put the stator cover into place. Now keep in mind, it will be sucked in because it's magnetized, and then also you're going to have to line up these two dowels right here on top. Now we'll install the bolts in a crisscross pattern with 78 inch-pounds.
Okay, so he's got the cover on now. Not that hard.
Now we can reinstall.
Nothing else I need to do
indicator connection.
besides put the circlips
We'll route
on.
these wires back in their slots.
Got the chain guard in. I got.
Next, we'll reinstall the chain guard and tighten down the bolts. Next, we'll take our shift lever and line it up with the mark we made earlier.
Sprocket tensioner in. Tensioner sprocket in. All the washers in it.
Next, we'll reinstall the skid plate.
Alright. I think I got it.
Now we'll remove this inner
Maybe I'll cool it on the
and we're going to torque
on the rock music for now. And we'll be able to think a little bit more clearly. So. Yeah, we're good. It's really the tensioner sprocket we need to worry about.
These parts are really easy to put on, and if you need them, they're available on our website along with just about anything you want for your bike, including OEM and aftermarket parts. So be sure to check that out, and if you like this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a ton of other helpful videos on there. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, everything's good. We're good.
Hey, this is Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
Oh, Charles.
I'll be showing you how to clean the carburetor on your KLR 650.
Okay. Take a break from the music. Be able to think. So, here we go. Here we go. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Get the circlips out. And this is it, right? This is all I need to do. Not forgetting anything. It's on there right? Correctly, right? It is on there correctly. Not upside down. I don't think. Doesn't look like it. I mean, seems like it's on there. Good. Should probably look at a YouTube video to make sure that it's not on there backwards. 24. I should tell me, like, clearly assemble the tensioner shaft. The lever should fit flat and firmly to the shaft. The shaft should rotate freely. So it shows it right there. But I still can't really tell just by looking at that whether or not it's the right side. Fuck. I think if it was not correct, it would, the chain links wouldn't line up correctly. So I think it's fine. It's in the chain links perfectly by the looks of it. Got the washer on there. All right, put the fucking circlips, the new circlips. Try not to confuse them with the old ones. These can just go on like that. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. How are you supposed to put these on here? They were so hard to get off. I guess maybe like this. It should be easier to put them on than to take them off, I would imagine. No! Come on. Get him up. So there is like a flat side to this, which I imagine needs to go up against the washer. Try to put it on like a diagonal kind of way here. Oh yeah, almost done. Come on, get him. Yeah. All right, it's on there. And this is not coming off. Cool. Okay. Now this one. Tell you what, I'm gonna feel like a free bird if I can get this working. Get it registered. Ooh, there we go. That hurt a little bit, but is that in there? Is that in the slot? I really feel like it. Yeah, it's in there. This is not popping off. What? We're good, we're good, we're good. Cool. Actually, you know what? That doesn't. I'm not too confident that it's down in the slot it's supposed to be in. Is it or is it not? seem like it. It's rotating around. But I just feel like it's a little bit, like it's already popped out kind of. I mean, this one rotates better and it looks like it's deeper on the shaft. Maybe this is just different. Could be a different shaft. Doesn't want to come off. I think it's okay. I can actually see if it's in the crevice. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Now, we simply get the gasket, get the cover, get all the bolts. I have a lot of bolts here. That goes back on there. Doesn't look like I have one. That's weird. Oh, okay. Some of them are in here. And I'm guessing the ones that go on the inner one are these right here. It's the Woodruff key. I don't want to lose that. Those are all 8mm. Here's the gasket. Is it this one, right? Yeah. Dowels are still there. Okay. Oop. Bada bang. Fuck, this gasket looks like it might not be the best quality. It's kind of like not wanting to keep its form. I did get the cheapest one possible. Ay. Might have got messed up in the mail. Please align correctly. Not be all jacked up. All right, is it going into the dowels? On the bottom? No. This is where it's all out of whack. Okay. Yeah, that's good. This is going to work, right? Yeah, this just swings around here and it hooks onto that. Yes. Gasket is in place. First, lever. Put all these bolts back in here. There's one that's shorter than the rest. Does this tell me which one that is? Probably not. I think the video said. There's one that's shorter than the others, which I have right here. And was that the one that went on the inside? Probably. It'll be quicker to check the video. Some diagram of the inner cover. I guess they don't really feel like they need a diagram for that. Check the video real quick. I know he says it in there.
Charles with Rocking Out ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you how to install a doohickey. Yes, that's really what it's called. And a torsion spring from Eagle Manufacturing on your KLR manufacturing. We're in the right spot. After that, what we can do, making sure we have a little bit of oil on these fresh out of here pretty easily. All right, now that we have our torsion spring installed on the inner case cover, we're ready to put it. Now, again, and the stock adjusting arm. But again, components, so I don't get any material first. That out of our way, the stock one. Now, post right here. This is just going to act as a space tab right here on the bottom. Mark where it needs to go.
Fuck. Whoops.
Now that we have the hole up with our hole, and install our new gasket. And before I slide this cover into place, I want to put a little bit of grease on the starter motor O-ring right here. Help it slide into place a little easier. Bolts down to 78-inch. Bolts down to install this adjusting bolt will do.
Did you mention the small one?
Next, we'll install all of the bolts, and we'll tighten these bolts down to 78 inch-pounds in a crisscross pattern. next, I'll put the doohickey into place.
Shit, didn't mention it.
Next, we'll install this adjusting.
Maybe it's not this video. There's a different installation video I
Now we'll hook
watched.
the end of.
Now that I remember. Killer. Doohickey. Is it this one?
Weight here, and the spring like this, and will completely prevent.
All right, I guess I can't find that. Oh, here it is.
My name's Ryan. I have a
Yeah, this guy.
So there's a couple different ways to do this. He's going to bend it down. And the guard is actually holding the. We're going to go ahead and loosen the pin up, and we'll tighten that down later. Wouldn't want to just go around and go clockwise, or that will go on the inside.
Yeah, here we go.
Down the inner cover there. Just remember that these are all the stock bolts that we took out, and one is shorter, and the shorter one is the one that will go on the inside there. The rest are all outer bolts, so just...
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So we're good. This one goes on the inner part here, the short one. I don't have any power tools. We'll lose the gloves for now. Getting hungry. I'll just eat the same thing I ate last night. 2 tacos and a cheese quesadilla. This isn't too long, is it? These are the right bites, right? Why is this so hard to cut? Oh, because this is the wrong fucking spot. Duh. It's just going to be like 5 a.m. by the time I make dinner. If I get this thing working. I don't really want to stay up that late. Even though it's the weekend tomorrow. crisscross pattern. What I should do tomorrow is get up at a reasonable time. Make some coffee. Put on my favorite streamer. Get some work done. Some Print Genie work done. Because I have to make up those 4 hours. Or else I will not feel good about the amount of work I did this week. Not that hard. I only asked myself to do 20 hours a week, but I can't do it. Too fucking lazy. Better habits. I live with my brother. I basically had to get out of the house because otherwise we'd fucking kill each other. And so I'd go out to coffee shops and I'd work for 4 hours a day typically. There's like nothing else to do around town. Now that I'm living by myself, it's difficult to get the motivation to procrastinate more. Maybe when I get my bike working, I'll go to coffee shops again. It's kind of motivating. Everybody else there is working, so kind of helps you. Getting the right mindset. Of course, when I start riding this thing around, I'll be spending a lot more money on gas. If I work 20 hours a week, I make like $700 a week. Multiply that by 4.35. That's my monthly income. Probably should try to make more because I'm being paid a lot less than the average for a React developer in Texas. But I don't know. I don't really have the bargaining chips to do that. Plus, I don't really care about making money as a freelance. It's not what I want to do. Even though it's pretty important. In the meantime, for my lifestyle, paying rent and shit, I'd rather have my own business. my own income. Independent. Anybody else? Independent of clients. Just my own service out there generating income. A lot of people who don't work for a living just invest, and they make passive income off of investments. That's what's funny, is that if you have enough money to invest, you don't need to work. You can live off of your investments interest. Passive interest income. Just be like, yeah, I don't do shit. I just own a lot of money. And that money is invested. It's loaned out to people who pay me back more than I gave them, essentially. And I just live off of that. I don't even have to, do anything. It's funny how that works. Money sort of of course you can invest in something and lose money. It happens all the time. But I think for the most part, if you're careful about it, it's mostly profitable. Okay, here is actually, I'd really rather drop out of society and be a homeless, penniless, mendicant, whatever that word is, and achieve enlightenment. That's what I want to do. Of course, that's not really an option for me. Too stupid. Too primitive. Too animalistic. Materialistic. Too worldly. But I could be a writer, maybe. It's sort of the halfway point between a materialist and a saint. It's the artist. The artists worship the symbol. The saint worships the cause of the symbol. The materialist worships the use of the symbol. Something like that. Where is the starter gears? I think that was chapter 9. Chapter 9 shows all the starter gears. I think that's what I'll end up doing, probably. If nobody else in the world cared what I did with my life, and I didn't care about what anyone else thought, what I would be doing right now would probably be, my heart was free. What I would be doing right now, I don't know. Might just be trying to write a Substack blog or some shit. Maybe I wouldn't even care about that. I'd probably be searching for something. Something I don't even realize I want right now. And I'd be searching for it well, instead of the hell it is I'm doing right now, which is just, I don't know trying to make other people happy. We're making myself happy. I make myself pretty happy. I don't even know if I'm still alive. Rotor and starter clutch. Starter clutch is mounted on the back of the rotor. So what I need to see is an exploded diagram. 15 right here. Remove the alternator cover. Remove the outer washer. Figure 16. My life's probably as good as it possibly could have been in any fucking scenario. The starter clutch is mounted on the back of the rotor. 15. Starter gears, remove the alternator cover. For the figure 15. Starter gears. Okay, so here's both starter gears. Shows me very clearly how they fit together. The top one up top. That's this guy. This guy's on the bottom. There's a shaft in here. There's two washers. Both of which I already have on here. They look nothing like that in the diagram. So this can just go right on there, if I'm not mistaken. Boom. Both of these, and there's two washers. This goes through here. Okay. Wait a minute. Is that actually going to be how this lines up here? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Oop. Right there. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Where does this go? Where does this go? Shit. I hope it doesn't go under here. It might. Because the guy mentioned an O-ring. In the video. The fuck does this O-ring go? Shit. It might go like in here somewhere. which means I have to take all these bolts off and I have to hope the gasket's still in good shape. Maybe not. This is a big O-ring. Where does this go? Is it with the rotor? It's on that diagram. There's no O-ring on the rotor. Shit. I feel like maybe it went under there. Why would it be right there? Does it go on the outside of this? Stator cover. Possibly. Got it. I'm gonna spend a bunch of time trying to figure out where this O-ring goes now. Does it go like right in here? Somewhere? Like right there? Please tell me where this O-ring goes. I don't see anywhere where this O-ring fits in here. Big rubber O-ring. What is that doing there? I don't see it. I don't see it in any of the pictures. Shit. I feel like maybe it went on the cover. On this cover. Maybe. It's with these other things. Oh, shit. I just watched that guy do that whole job. I did not see him pull an O-ring off of anything. Go back and watch that again. Trying to figure out where that came from. Damn it. Where did that thing go? That's concerning. Just go in here. Certainly fits in there. Right in there. Fits quite well. No. The shit. Right there? No way. Like this? There you go. Figured it out. Goes on this little cap here. Screws on the alternator cover. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. Where were we? Now. We want to hook up the spring tensioner. This starter gears are back on there. Hook up the spring tensioner back to the doohickey, which last time I tried was not easy, although it's probably a little bit loosened up now, so it might be a little bit easier. It's definitely easier. It's kind of hard. You gotta like pull it and then push it down into the spot that it's supposed to go into. Shit. Does not want to do that. Get in there. Get in there. Son of a bitch. Get in. Get in there. I think I need a screwdriver. Flathead. Ooh, almost knocked it over. Maybe I use these pliers. Pull it. Pull it. That needs to lock. It's kind of weird the way they want you to like wrap it around. I think it's like pushed down from the top right here. Wish this wasn't so difficult. This feels like the right way to do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God. This is like so fucked up. I gotta hold my finger there. And use my left hand. I use my left hand to hold this here. Use my right hand to pull it down, push it into place. Fuck. That's the right idea. Yeah. Come on. Get in there. Get in there, you son of a bitch. Does not want to cooperate. Ah, come on. Yes, gotcha. All right. Cool. That's being torsioned. Torqued. Alrighty. Everything should be good now. I hope. Alright, so we take this thing. Ooh. There's that little washer. This is like a size, is this size 8? 8 millimeter? Yeah. Okay. So, put this in here with the washer. Screw it down. Might as well tighten it in place. I don't see why not. There we go. And so that takes off the tension off the spring, holds the torsioner in place. And then over time, when supposedly the chain loosens and length gets longer in length, jeez. I should try to remove this shit. You loosen the bolt, and that allows the tensioner to adjust, and then you tighten the bolt again, and that should remove the slack from the chain. Keep the chain tight. Got this shit here. I don't think I need to use. All right. Woo! Take a little beer break. Now, the fun part. Put the wood drift key in here. Actually, these two washers, right? Go back to the diagram. I'll slide on. And it said something about oiling up the fucking rotor. Where's that big gear? Get my oil. Get my big old gear here. Get my rotor. Everything over there. Some rags. Oh. That's pretty much everything I need here. Maybe I'll use this 3-in-1 oil though. Guess I should use engine oil. Okay. So this thing goes in here. Woodruff key. So this is supposed to line up with no, that's not how that worked at all. I guess you do this first, then you do the starter gears. Or at least this one. This is supposed to fit in. Yeah. Cool. Everything's all connected. Okay, now the Woodruff key, which is right here. Pop that in. Get in there. Now, gotta make sure this is lubed up properly, but not too lubed up. I don't really understand what he was saying about how you put this in here. And don't want to forget this. This goes in here. I believe he said engine oil around here, but not around here. So clean that off. Maybe I just don't fuck with it since I don't really know what he's meant, but I'll take it. I'll roll the dice. Some engine oil out here. Put it around inside here. Lubricate it. Yeah. Oh yeah. A cup of coffee. Alright, now put this back on. Inside the Woodruff key. Perfect. That's our old bolt. We want the new one. Let's go grab that. Where is it? What did I do with it? Here it is. So I should have the right socket. Bada boom. Got my big old brake bar. Torque wrench. this thing. Okay. So what do you say, like, down to 85, then take it out? Or do it to like 15 first. Make sure it can still spin around. Forgetting anything? Don't think so. And adjust this to 85. Where's the part where it says how to do this? In the manual. Removal/installation. The rotor holder tool. Loosen the rotor. Install new rotor bolt. Tighten it to 15 foot-pounds. Clean and dry the threads. Install and tighten it to 144 foot-pounds. Lubricate the starter clutch, gear bearings, starter gear shafts, and bores. Moly disulfide grease, which I don't have. Fuck. Lubricate all other parts with engine oil. Install the alternator cover. Alright. So, let's do it to 15. Set it to 15. Which is right about, where is it? It's past 20. 10. Is that 15? It's hard to tell with this one. That's 10. Okay. That's 15. I'm sure it's going the right way. I'm going to need that holder in place because I am turning this thing clockwise, which you're not supposed to do. So I want it like right around here. Fuck. Come on, turn clockwise. Oh, counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, I mean. Okay. Now I can tighten it. Stay in place. What the fuck? Why isn't it clicking? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so we're past 15 pounds. It's still turning, so that's good, right? So let's turn it all the way around counterclockwise. And then put this up here this time. So I gotta take it back off. Hopefully I didn't do it too tight. Clean the threads. It's my little oily rag here. Now we do the big commitment. 144 foot-pounds on the non-reusable rotor bolt. Everything should be good. This never should have happened, but here we are. So we can turn it counterclockwise a little bit. Ouch. Ow. Okay. Now that's under there. Set this back to righty-tighty. Pop that in. Set it to 144 foot-pounds, which is a lot of torque. Gonna need to get my back into it. Make sure I'm on the right side of the torque wrench. It's almost as high as it goes. Okay, that's 130. Whoa, that's not good. What the fuck just happened? Did I break it? Hope not. Kinda seems like it. How the fuck did that happen? Alright, let me try to... I think I unscrewed it too much down here. Yeah, I think I need, here we go. It's not skinny enough. I need an Allen wrench or something. Not sure what happened here, but hopefully it's not a problem. Shit. Did I just fucking break this thing? It's a big time bummer if that's the case. Seems like this... Trying to figure out how this is supposed to work. This needs to screw down into the handle, for sure. But it doesn't really want to. And then whenever I twist up here, it's supposed to pull, but it's just kind of unscrewed. Fuck. Yeah. Broke my tool. This does not want to screw in, but it's supposed to. Maybe Maybe I'm trying to screw the wrong thing here. Maybe this needs to turn. Doesn't really want to. Is that doing it? This is going in there. But now I can't turn this at all, can I? No, I can't. Fuck me. Come on, man. I don't get how this works. Is this supposed to rotate? It's so close. Being done with the job, and now I got a broken fucking torque wrench. Unfortunately, I don't really know how this thing works in the first place. Made in Taiwan. The ratchet still works. Doesn't look like anything really broke. Just a very powerful spring down there that you're supposed to press against. This thing turns up here. I wonder if I have to unscrew that screw. It's just spinning freely. That sort of tightens and loosens. Let's see. I see. So this needs to be on here as tight as shit. Really. These 2 points need to be connected very tight, like so. Then when I turn this, and then to lock it, I turn this. Right, now I can't turn this. Okay. I got it. We're good. All right, 144. It's 140. It's 144. Now for the fun part. Always seems like you're gonna break this fucking bolt when you do this. No other times you turn something this hard. Oh, that's 144? Really? Foot-pounds? I don't know how much I trust this thing now. What if I tighten this? And this seems like it was a lot easier than before, to be honest. Fuck. But I guess that's 144? Like, the guy in the video has to stand on the fucking torque wrench to get it to pop. You're telling me that's 144, huh? All right. I'll believe you. On there pretty tight. Cool. Now, we're almost done. Grab our little gasket here. Nah, I'm not going to worry about lubricating anything. Hopefully this one's a little easier to fit on here. Should fit inside of some dowels. I got one right there. I got one right there. Shit. Okay. Not aligned super great, to be honest. It's gonna be a pain in the butt like the last one, probably. Maybe I get smart here and use some electric tape or something. Hold it in place. Done that before, kind of. I need the other bolts. Bolt set. Already over there? There they are. Just some tiny little pieces of electric tape that I can pull out after it's on there. Just a little trick that I used in the past to hold things in place. That's not really working. The engine's too greasy. It's not working at all. Okay. Unhook this. It's going to magneto in. So better be ready. Get aligned, gasket. don't want it to be leaking oil from here. Get this electric tape out. Good. Make sure I can see the gasket all the way around. Where is my, put it over here. See it, I think. Oh, here we go, right here. We're good. That's good, right? I think it's good. Cool. Okay. That wasn't that hard. Shit, where does this thing go? I see. It's not feel right at all, but it's on there. Some kind of sensor, neutral sensor. It's supposed to go around this. There we go. Okay. That needs to be cleaned. Woo! Alrighty. Good job, Jared. Well fucking done. Crisis potentially averted. Everything goes back correctly. Now, this is just real standard shit that I do all the time. Check the spark plug real quick. Like I said, before I think I was missing one of these bolts. Unfortunate. I'm gonna have to take this thing for a little joyride tonight if it starts running. I have a bad habit of test driving my motorcycle in the dead of night. When I'm tired and if it breaks down, no one's awake to help me. Fortunately, that's never really happened. least not after doing some maintenance. Or repair, like this. Can't really call this maintenance. Bike is so fucking filthy and rusty and just a piece of shit, really. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. Close your ears. It's not a piece of shit. The engine's in good shape. It's what's on the inside that counts, especially when you're talking about a motorcycle. All the surface stuff is not a big deal. Makes the bike look like shit, but I mean, look at this. What the fuck is that? Everything's all rusty now because I just didn't take very good care of it. Like I rode it as much as I could until shit started to break, and I never fucking cleaned anything or replaced anything. Just let everything break and was like, fuck it. Fix it later, use a zip tie for now. Wish I had been OCD about this bike. But I think a lot of people do that and they don't actually ride the motorcycle. The spirit of motorcycling is less important to them than the motorcycle itself, which is their tragic flaw. You can always get a new bike. Potentially. Okay, now let's put, holy hell, it's, oh God, I feel like I should go upstairs and like wash my hands and take a pee, just rest for a little bit. This is a big checkpoint here. It's crazy what happened to my last aluminum muffler collar. This thing's freaking obliterated. I don't even know how I did that. But I got a new one of these, and it is joining my Lex Luthor silencer mid pipe to the head pipe. And it's a real tight connection point, so I'm excited to fire it up and hear what it sounds like. I think it'll sound a lot better than it has for a long time. It's been kind of loud in my ears. The bike combustion. It's the muffler is supposed to muffle it. It's supposed to muffle the sound, the banging sound of the engine, combustion engine, which is loud as shit if you don't muffle it correctly. And it will cause ear damage while you're riding, which I do not want. So I'm excited to see how it sounds now. Should be a lot quieter. Just a nice, quiet, like thumping sound. All right, we put these little plastic caps back on here. This is not exactly the tool you're supposed to use, but I found that it works perfectly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't even have to take this guy off. You know what? I am going to go back upstairs and wash my hands and take a short break. Heck, I might even eat a quesadilla or something. I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to leave the stream running. Take a little intermission. Wash my hands. Then I'm going to come back down here, even though it's like almost 2 a.m. Maybe I should just call it for the night. Get back to this tomorrow. Be reasonable. This is a good stopping point. I don't need to doing this shit all night. I think I will do that. Just come back down here tomorrow. This is a good stopping point. Did a good job. Go make some tacos. Come back down here tomorrow. And we will get this bike up and running. I'm so used to like stressing, just like pushing myself to the absolute limit. Because I never had my own garage. Not for any reasonable length of time. But now that I do, I don't need to rush. I'm gonna turn this light off. I wish I could find the cap for turn the light back on. Where'd that cat go? Where did it go? Look at this. My mom always says, move things around. Move things around. You will find what you're looking for. Okay. Turn this light off. Shut the garage. Put my stuff back inside my
Power off.
streaming backpack, which I'm excited to use around Austin, Texas. I bet you there's some cool shit that goes down there that I can stream. Conventions, music festivals, comedy festivals, all kinds of festivals. All right. Got my beer. Overall, I'd say tonight was a success. But now, it's time to go back upstairs. Stuff my face in front of the TV. And then I'll get back to this tomorrow. And hopefully this weekend I'll get it running. Need to get it registered, take it to the DMV. Hopefully I don't need to get it inspected. I don't know if I will or not. That's assuming it works. It's a big if. I could have easily destroyed the motorcycle while the balancers were all out of whack. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll find out if this even worked. Yeah. Shit. Good shit. The garage light will turn off. But I also need to log print Junior hours tomorrow, which sucks. I don't really need to. I'll be able to get away with 20% less hours this week. Haven't really looked at my bank account in a while. I don't want to. It's always so dangerously close to being empty. I don't know if I'm going to renew my lease here. I need to come up with a plan. If I don't, I might put all this shit in a storage unit. I doubt they're too expensive around here. Then go on a little motorcycle adventure again, maybe. Maybe go overseas to Europe. Hey, there's the stream, still going. What else? I'm totally free. I'm a free man. I have no wife or family or anything. Do whatever the fuck I want. I go sleep on a park bench in Madagascar for 3 months. My passport runs out. I'll just go to the next country. I'm an American citizen. I can go wherever I want. Adventure. Life of adventure. Day he was born, young for adventure. Old Captain Jack. Michael Bolton, we're really gonna need it to focus up now. Alright. Stream over. Thanks for watching. I'll